peeked in over the top of users. He's waiting for the swing here. They know where each other is, but who catches who first is such an important play, and there it is. A double strike there for MNM. It says 4, but truly it's 3 as they both came through at the same time. The UI got a bit confused, so it's suddenly a 4 versus 3. Vitality is still an extra body down in the meantime, but now it is even 3 apiece, and the break on the library is going to come through.
Now there is also going to be some of that verticality here in Nitro, however, will take care of users. Brings it back to a 2-on-3 situation. Vitality with a man down need to try and figure a way out to get back into this one. Still a player up on that top floor. Just careful, you need to be making sure that they won't come to harm you. And some team flashes coming in, that surely won't be helping P4. Shinka gets taken out from a breach to make themselves earlier on. It's only up to P4 now. The time is slowly starting to run out here. He's trying to pick up a kill, will successfully do so before already Elda comes in to rip him out.
Confirm, but there is no way he knows that they're down with all the noise going on, and there's no way they're not going to be able to get him back up, but Users doesn't care. Buried round the back of the bakery, and he finds a double for a triple, and he's going to close up shop sooner rather than later. P4, I said it was going to be an easy pickup, but now he's got to go for a hefty rotate to actually sort of make it. And Shinka is way more likely to bleed out because it seems like they have his number inside coat check. They thought they had an idea.
Oh, P4.
Almost had the confirmation there. That would have been an ace if that last engagement had gone his way. But I'm sure he'll take the quad.
For them.
A little bit of a waiting game right now. They're not entirely sure where they can play against this. Obviously, P4's been able to secure some safety, but look at Cactus. He's round behind the long bar. He's thinking about getting a plant down, and there's no one immediately able to stop it. They're going to have to see if they can get that clash a bit closer because Nello's holding down on the backside. There's the swing. There's the C4. There's the catch. And there's one man down as well. The diffuser is landed, but it's just Bibu that's in a position to see if he can stop it suddenly. The 3 remaining players of MNM made a swing, and it went right for the bleachers. There's one, there's 2, and it's now just the clash. Bibu found the sliver, the pixel, the dream, and the clash is just going to do it. No! Bibu! Off. He's in a slightly different location this time around. He's not going to get caught out by the potential of another swing where they at least know where he is because, to be honest, that trick's gone. And, well, so's Users. Bibu is the one that's able to find it, and here, suddenly, they have a bit of an inroad.
Going to try and go for a little bit of a side execute here. Tyrant takes a lot of damage here, but the verticality is coming in. Manages to shut one down. Shinka takes a lot of damage, but they might have the opportunity to actually enter the site right here as Nella falls back to the white stairs.
Solotov could be the strike force needed. The buck dropped, revealed, and that gives them the verticality. Nello, in the meantime, locks it off. That Alda does one thing, and it does it so well. Absolutely tears through approaching players. They've had to pick up sticks. They've gone for a different hold. The hold is going to be inside Zulu, but it goes into Bibu's favor. A very important gunfight to win, and Nello couldn't quite get the connection. Just saw a sliver of a player. Cannot quite get it all the way down behind the backside of the chassis on the other table. They're close, holding into that corner just where the diffuser is planted. It makes things tricky. The first fight has to be with Bibu. It's a slow and steady jiggle to see if they can get any reveal. There it is, baited the play, knows where one player is, but the surprise factor is Bibu down on Fireplace. Doesn't need it though. Cactus cements the second round for Vitality. Of their needed approach utility here, they're still spending the rest to try and make it worth it. And it's that sunk cost fallacy of at what point have you done so much and is it enough? Nello, he's buried round on the coat check. P4 is steadily making his way down the stairs, sees a fight, but not for very long. Solotov gets the connection and Bibu battles back yet again. We're in this final 10 seconds yet again. I'm saying Bibu's name, but this time Users covers the drive behind him. Cactus, they're able to slip in, see if they can stick on the far side. As I said, they play those plant, but the Echo has a different idea. Flashes over the top here, and still the players are currently standing. As we pass that minute marker, the pressure is always going to be on Vitality, and the man that stepped up for that is Bibu. Users almost caught as he slipped his way back through the open breach there, and tries them a big play. The clash, the first gone, caught out. The C4 bites back. Users, he's trying to creep his way up the brown stairs, just sees the sliver of a player, but the concern is on the other side. Hits one, hops over. Nello gets the lockdown, goes for the second. They've swung over, but that Alda does not need to be reloaded. And there it is. MNM with a Tyrant lockout find their 4th of the half.
Use half of it on a Gemini. You need to make sure that you reload that as soon as possible.
P4 in the meantime is trying to keep a bit of a crossfire, but Tyrant has other ideas. The drop comes round. Nelo's going to see if he can stick it as Shinka goes for a wide rotate to where a player of his just died not too long ago. But they had eyes. Tyrant takes 2 inside the bathroom. And then MNM take their 5th of the game. P4, but he is in a very hot position. And well, there's the swap turn of the focus as Solotov pushes some pressure there onto Shinka. The grenade goes perfectly, and Nelo combines it with another take. And suddenly, MNM has a bit of ground, a bit of favor, and Bibu and Rise, 2 long-storied players, are all that's left here to try and keep a hold on. Neo's the next to fall. There's a fight in prep that doesn't go their way. Solotov, the young gun, drives through. Nelo sees once again if he can try and stick this plant and Rise. He's trying to reapproach the site, but it's covered and crossed. And MNM, they find map point.
I believe it was. That was actually a breaching charge. There's no more nitros left to use. Grab that. Still Rise, looking to find the target. There is Yuzus. Spots out of players, just not going to be able to actually get the kill in.
Well, suddenly P4's been able to strike back, finds 2 of them, runs towards the grenade, but not close enough to actually get burnt, goes for a 3rd. Tries to find the fight there via the hatch itself, but it's over the lock of the stairs. However, look, 15 seconds left just about. Let's see if we can make our break towards the site. MNM need to see if they can scream their way around the corner, but there's still so much structure. They're going to see if they can stick it behind the chassis itself. They buy themselves some time, some cover. It's a 3 versus 3 now, but it's only a handful of seconds. Usus sticks it, lands it just before he gets dropped. They're going for the retake here, but Neo's still above. They still have some pressure they can apply from the top down the staircase. The first falls against them. The second falls too! Tyrant lives up to his name, drops it down on the white stairs, and suddenly Shinka is all that is left of the hopes of the French side on Cafe. Going for a little bit of a long arm here. The call will come through. They just pull off. They bait the fight. They put some damage down, but Neo just needed the read that they're off the device. The second time, they're going for the swing, but Tyrant's got the backside, and MNM got the first map.
Tyrant this time around, swinging it as well. I'm not quite sure if they had any concussions left, otherwise there would have been an opportunity to use that as well, of course, to take him off that diffuser box in the end. But MNM, they lock it off, 7-2.
Some support here, and Bibu suffers a little bit on the camera, but it's the camera inside Cash that's getting a great read on the position, and Bibu might try and go for this. Does, flies his way around the corner, gets one as a combination push came on the door itself, so it was a trade idea with P4 as a 3rd player to retake, as I said, very important verticality.
Now to have that drone still up, 20 seconds, not really any control here for the side of MNM. They need to find more kills before they can attempt the plant. And with 2 of these players still being up on that top floor and Nelo being near the strip area, it's going to be Shinka and P4 who both find one of these MNM players, and Tyrant jumping in from the back of it will be able to find one. 5 seconds, however, left on the clock. Nelo tries and find himself a way in to go for that plant. Needs to take care of the Yokai, successfully does so. However, it will be P4 and Shinka that both pick up a kill each and allow themselves to pick up the round as a result. These angles as Neo is starting to use the X-Kairos here. Use those double pellets to stop any potential tricking to come through, but there's a lot of time is being wasted. It's going to be the second set to come down. Will explode roughly with 16 seconds left.
Now you got to be like MNM, get your skates on, 15 seconds, and Nelo with the drop right into smoke, but pushes his way down towards the back of the center case. There is a call and a swing, but they don't quite have the intel. They think he's in default, but one slight movement, and we're now in a post-plant. Cactus with the swing, too little, too late, just Rise. Suddenly the only player left digs his way in via the church, might be able to get the pick up, and can, as Shinka goes round, a very important part, but look at what MNM has. It's a verticality. It's the picked up player. Doesn't stay standing too long out of bullets. Not too much in a nerfed gun. They find and Rise. Pips and pops his way round. Gets the drop onto one, but the vertical is watched. And MNM get a response.
Lifetime. The Solotov that managed to sneak in, and now will be looking to find himself in a close angle, but has grenades left available to him. If he sneaks it over the verticality, he might just as well be able to pick up a kill right here, as Tyrant is going to be able to pick up a kill on B4, who just detonated the C4 before he got picked up, and that leaves us in that 2-on-4 situation.
I mean, one step earlier, and that could have been a save there, but it doesn't really matter. There's Bibu giving a bit of the game away as to where he is, moves and tries to manipulate to the next, and almost finds it does.
Up the rotation even more so.
Solotov tries to knock their way through, but in the meantime, Ubisoft has found that opener and put the pressure onto Cactus. The mute is gone. He's actually still standing. Rise is going to hold off on the lockdown.
Solotov.
Spray through logistics.
He's seen the frostmat there, but he might actually walk in if he's not being too careful here. Swinging around the corner, but a Nitro Cell will actually pick up Nello right here, and he stays alive and managed to pick up the kill. I thought it would have been safe after the C4 popped and got a kill, but it is not true. Neo still with that diffuser alive, is looking to go for a position to plant. The Shinka is holding right next to the bathroom, but he's forced to jump in here, and the cover is out there as well. It's going to be MNM that wins the round in the end here as to get those final 2 kills.
MNM, they're putting a lot more faith in FaZe inside blue this time round. Solotov's crept his way down, pops open the Banshee and waits for the approach of anyone either side. The canisters start to pop. It cost them last time, but this is a little bit more of a locked door if they can't quite get their approach round. Shinka's holding the close angle, but look at the drop on Moto on the far side. They found their feet inside. Bibu gets an important opener. Shinka wants to swing and gets the lockdown of 3 versus 3. Cactus is the door, but Tyrant has one more. Suddenly they're going to see if they can scream themselves onto a site. It's the corridor, and it's just Nello popped in close round on the corner. Neo offering everything, can't get the first slip. It is finally Vitality finding a stop to that last Hail Mary plant. Slow approach and creep over the top here as it's sort of a bit of a waiting game. And if I said it was no man's land before, slowly more and more of that is traversing its way down underneath. 2 drones passed in the day of a bar and they're well aware of each other's presence, but it's such a big amount of pressure to try and get yourself in. Takes care of the Banshee, flashes themselves further and further forward, and Nello is now dug in on the corner, but the Echo drone, well, they catch one, they catch a lot of players. Cactus, he loses his second as well. Inside strip, gets the first fight, finds almost the second, but it's a post plant. And it's tougher and tougher. A pre-fire comes around. They're well aware of where he is, and a trade locks it off as a 4-2 half for MNM.
Right, now respond to that as well.
Huge pressure is about to explode. Cactus gets the first. It's Neo with an important fight. Finds one, finds a slip away, but there's pressure coming from the opposite side, so he gets a full escape. Tyrant's doing everything they can do to hold on to the main door and the double axis. He's inside sight behind the church wall, got flashed, but might have a moment. Tyrant strikes back, finds that far side, and it's all locked off. 20 seconds. Vitality have made it work before, but they got to try and hit the bricks right now to see if they can piece together some structure of an attempt on a site rise. He's knocking on the door, but he has no cover, no assurity, and no blood left in the body. Neo on the backside with a cold diffuser, a 1 versus 1, a quad for Cactus. Needs one more for the ace, but he does not find it. Usus locks it off from behind the chassis, and a 5-2 is where we sit.
There is a lot more freedom here for Usus to go for a jump out and potentially pick up a double kill. Looking at the current droning that's going on. There you have it, that's the kill. This might actually allow him to go for the jump out now, as Usus knows there's one less man on that side of the building. Gets droned, however, so we'll be playing patiently. We'll be using his cards with him, close to him, as P4 gets neutralized as well.
Tyrant has been that drive, as I said before, and I'm going to keep saying it. Solotov, though, is a name that pops up, to be honest, a little bit more. They lean and rest on each other when they know that they need to try and put the pressure on opposite sides. Finally, that race and deadlock is broken as Neo finds his second for the round. The first player to break and buck that trend, but caught in between 3 more. Flawless on the boards, 1 round away from securing themselves in at least another lower bracket.
Yeah,
so
it all goes wrong.
Well, here's a bit of a change of pace. There's a frost mat. No, it was just caught out from underneath. I assume the grenade hit it in an attempt to push the player out of the position. They've dug themselves through all the way onto the site. They found a kill, but Cactus is going to see if he can stick it on the far side. They probably haven't heard this with all the aggression, and there's suddenly another exchange that goes away, 3 on a 3. But a post plant, the first time we've seen it work in their favor. Bibu has the lockdown on the rotation round on the opposite side. Couldn't quite get a connection underneath. There's 1 under and 1 on the opposite side. There's the ping on the chassis. There's a pre-fire. They know you're there. And it's going to make it even trickier when you're that injured. The C4 gets a connection, rocks Cactus. But it's still a very awkward approach here on that player inside the shower. It's an awkward little fight with a little gun, and Bibu means it's just a 2 versus 1. Not for very long. Vitality, they finally find a round after a while. They break their curse of not getting anything in the second half. Third man, that extra player in place. 50 seconds, we pass the mark, and Neo's going to see if he can retake the hold on blue. The first call comes around, and it's a fight that goes into their favor. No, suddenly it's all blue across the board. Blinked and you missed it. Vitality sure didn't. And they found themselves the second round in a row.
We'll flush out the Maestro player that is playing on the close angle there, but as Bibu gets picked up, that is quite unfortunate because that is your balcony control suddenly gone.
They're going to see if they can try and drive through red. They get themselves close and all the way in. Cactus is able to get himself with the diffuser, with the case and the kit, not too far away. They're hopped up and offering all the support they can, and under the cover and the cacophony of noise, they're going to pull off this plant. P4 has it locked, but there's a very quick trade out, and suddenly Cactus with the most important play makes it even more important, but uses, he bites back, and they've got to try and swing in. Shinka is all that's left on the wrong side of a smoke canister, finds the first, a slow move through the spray, couldn't quite get the connection, it's there, Shinka! Keeps Vitality in it, and a round built by the backs of two of their players means they are only one round away from OT.
Vitality to try and find themselves in a position where they can bring this to overtime. Tyrant now receiving some pressure as well from BB on the other side of the garage as they're starting to enter the side. It's an injured to come through. It's a 3-on-3. Make that a 2-on-2 or both. Sides have one down. Is now to come around the corner with the pistol, and he will be able to pick up the kill. The diffuser has been dropped. It's only up to Shinka on 1 HP right now. He is outside. He is on the balcony. He needs to clutch this out if they want to stay into the game. He has the opportunity to pick P4 up, and definitely will do so as well, but with the fact that the diffuser is currently down and the sound that will be made by the pickup there is Users that goes aggressive, swings around the corner on the left, picks up the headshot, needs to find only one more. We still have the shotgun from below that could be picking up the final kill. Shinka decides to settle for a plant, but as they both come around the corner, here is the first kill that goes their way. It's the rotation that comes in. Nello runs for his life, and he will be winning the round. MNM continue to the finals, or the lower bracket finals tomorrow.